Steel City Visakhlo CII రెండవ రోజు సదస్సు జరుగుతోంది లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
So I'm very inspired by the things I've heard today, and so thank you very much for inviting me here. But I'm wondering, so how are we gonna achieve all this? Where are we gonna find the power to actually run all these sensors? Because they need power, right? And we want to do that in a sustainable way. Thank you. So I will tell you shortly about the technology I'm working on, which is producing electricity with living plants. So a plant produces organic matter, uses some of it for its own growth, and what's left over is excreted in the soil. And bacteria in the soil break down the organic matter. And you know what? Bacteria have this fantastic ability that they can actually free up electrons. And if we can capture those electrons, we can generate electricity. And I'm going to show you with this little plant that it actually works. Now, I don't know if people in the back can see this, but this will be around all day. So this little LED star is now flashing on this little plant here. So, you know, that works, and it works day and night. And that's good news, because actually now we can use living plants that capture CO2 and that clean the air, and we can use them to produce something that we need, power. Now, we've developed several systems that are already on the market. So this is our modular system, as we call it, and we can use it to light an LED, a street light, for example. But we could use it to power sensors as well, that you can use for your Internet of Things. And this is our larger system where we put it on a roof. Now, if you put this type of technology on your roof, the roof gets insulated, it stays less warm inside. You can power LEDs, you could power sensors, and at the same time, you know, it's good for the environment, it's good for your health, it's good for the air quality. And we developed a larger scale system, which we call our tubular system, and you can run it horizontally through the ground. And now it gets really interesting, because we can actually scale up. Now, if you put this in any type of wetland, we could generate electricity while at the same time use the wetland for other applications. So imagine, trying to imagine that you use your rice paddy field as a power producer as well. So you can run sensors in your field to know how much nutrition your plants need. Or you can power all types of electrical devices you need for harvesting. And this is what it looks like when you just install it. And let me show you that it's not a bad thing for the plants, because this is what it looks like now. And that's just 1 year later. So this is what we can do. Nature gives us this fantastic stuff that we can use to our favor without actually interfering with nature, but well cooperating with nature. And I'm reaching out to all of you to see if we can make this happen on a larger scale worldwide, so that we can all benefit, and maybe we could even start in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. Next, we have Nitin Sisodia. Nitin is an alumnus of the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, and works in the healthcare sector. He'll tell you more about his breakthrough technology, which is now going to be used across the world.
No, forward. Hello everyone, my name is Nitin Sisodia. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really glad to be here and really inspired to hear all the thoughts that I have got to hear this morning. I'm the founder and CEO of Sohom Innovation Lab. We are a lab based out of Bangalore. We are a set of engineers, designers, physicians, marketers who are bringing out new technologies and finding unmet clinical needs, and also building some platforms for livelihood. So I'll get to this problem which I found 5 years back in a child development clinic in All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. So a parent walked in with their 5-year-old son and said, "Ye bolta nahi hai." He's not able to speak. Now, doctor, after examining, said, "Ye sunta nahi hai, isliye bolta nahi hai." He's not able to hear, that's why he's not able to speak. And it's already too late to do any intervention. Now, that came out as a shock to me, and the parents were also devastated. And when I looked at the problem, this is happening to close to 120,000 babies born every year in India, and 800,000 all over the world. And 90% of them are born in the developing world. Now, why are we not screening these babies on time? Primarily because we don't have the appropriate technologies. Most of the imported technologies won't work in noisy settings. They require expensive disposables, or there will be like too much of expertise required to operate these devices. So what we have done is we have invented a technology which is very unique in nature. This basically works on a brainstem response phenomena, where you give a series of stimuli in the ear and you get a response from the brain, and you can tell whether the baby can hear or not. This is very simple to use by any healthcare worker, can perform in any noisy setting, and basically gives out a result as pass, refer, or redo. This technology is also being enabled by telemedicine. So every result gets verified by a specialist remotely. And we have a unique aftercare cycle also to this. So as you know that 26 million babies born every year in India, and they are born equally in hospitals as well as at homes. And we have kind of models where we can really address these babies or screen these babies. If the baby is passed, the report will be printed for the family, but if it is a refer, then it will be sent to a nearby ENT or audiologist, and there is always a follow-up through our telemedicine system. So far, we are doing 4,500 plus screening every month, and close to 26 babies being identified for hearing loss, and we are really saving their life from disability, saving their speech loss. Right now, we have 16 centers which are performing this. There are 3 state governments who have taken this up model, and we really urge, like, if Andhra Pradesh government can take an initiative to make it a universal hearing screening program in the state, that will benefit a lot of babies in here. We have been recognized as the top 50 technologies for low resource settings by WHO. We have been in various forums. NESCOM has given us ICT-led Innovation Award, and I'm really grateful to AIMS, IIT, Stanford University, BIREC, Grand Challenges Canada for supporting us and taking us to this stage. With the message for screening for all, Make in India for global health, I would like to thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nitin. Next up is Prateek Bam, co-founder and chief technology officer of Carbon Clean Solutions Limited. He is the first of the 3 IIT alumni we have with us today, and he's also been recognized as a technology pioneer by the World Economic Forum.
Okay, good. Thanks. Good morning. My name is Prateek. I'm the co-founder of Carbon Clean Solution. So what we do, we try to decarbonize industry and reduce the CO2 emissions problem, which creating global warming. Like what we are in this market from 9 years, and supported by World Economic Forum as one of the technology pioneer, received grant from UK Department of Energy in Climate Change and US Department of Energy. So we are the market leaders in capturing carbon dioxide and industrial use, so that you can reduce your carbon footprint of your industry. We are the technology licensor. We hold patents for CO2 to soda ash and CO2 to methanol technology. And this is what we are currently doing for industrial decarbonization and reuse of the carbon dioxide. Basically, capturing carbon dioxide and help in effective conversion can lead to, in chemicals and fertilizer industry, food and beverage, even fuels and materials as well. So all enables to effective and low cost CO2 capture.